যদি সবাই ফিরে যায়, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায়, যদি গহন পথে যাওয়ার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায়, তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। যদি আলো না ধরে, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে, যদি ঝড় বাদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে, তবে বজ্রানলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা জলরে, আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা জলরে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে।
Yeah. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining the live stream. Today, we have a bunch of, again, weird news and countless examples of how socialism is fucking West Bengal each and every day. And the people who are waiting to, are going on preventing Western-style capitalism, or are thinking that Trinamool is not socialist, or the only thing we must still fear, even after everything that's going on in West Bengal, is capitalism. Market failure, Western style capitalism. Okay, we will prove them wrong again. But I want to start the show today with this comment from Jyotiraditya Chaudhary. He's saying, let's honor the Babu who made the Big Behenji clock tower of Bihar. Yes, allegedly 20 lakh rupees or 40 lakh rupees. I've heard different quotes, but something between 20 lakh to 40 lakh rupees were spent on a clock tower in Bihar for some reason. I'm sure some people got paid unfairly for this. It was done out of public money. It breaks down and people steal parts of it in Bihar 2 days later or by the next day. Okay, that was a fun news to start with. Gautam is saying, don't you think Bengali and Dravidian intellectuals are pretty much same, but one state is trash, another state is good? Yes, one state didn't face partition, one state did. Where are my vapes? It's not vape. Okay. Ask, why do you think many North Indians mock Bengalis? Impoverished people in Himachal are called Bengali. See, poor people with bad outcomes in everything that they do is always mocked. That's the, I mean, only time there's a default organic threat to racism. This is even standard run-of-the-mill racism also, right? That, oh, you are just an outsider, I have a misunderstanding or correct understanding in this case of outsiders, so I'll just hate them, I think I'm superior than you, etc. Those are standard racism that everyone does against everyone. When does this racism not happen? It's only when that particular race is insanely generally respected in pop culture, media, politics, etc. Bengalis used to be that. Now that is gone, so it's coming across as something very different. Otherwise, everyone behaves like this with everyone in India, or every ethnicity behaves with some other ethnicity like this all over the world. Yes, Moinak Bhattacharya is pointing out that Moha Moitra got some weird allegations against her from another Trinamool MP called Kollan Banerjee. We will probably get into that as well. Incredible. Lashwari Singh asked, where are the Karl Marx treaties on thumbnail? Why hide them? Good question. I really wanted to show Karl Marx's treatise on the thumbnail, but the today's thumbnail called for that text on top of his treatise. Therefore, we had to make it censored. Okay, so the stuff in the hilarious stuff that happened today. First, about 23 hours back, everyone kind of concludes that, okay, Justice Abhijit Ganguly, the retired Calcutta High Court judge, who was the star face of this sort of movement against the state government's injustices against those deserving candidates who got a job of teaching in government schools in West Bengal, and were then fired because the state government did not separate them from the non-deserving ones who got those jobs by paying bribes. That Abhijit Ganguly has been saying for the last 3-4 days that let's go beyond politics. I want to sit down with the chief minister or the education minister and still come up with a solution even now where we can at least do the separation of those two groups. Okay, ones who are actually deserving, ones who are not deserving, ones who are the bribe payers. And for those of you who are following this news for the first time, 25,752 people have been fired from their jobs, which they got in 2016, the 2016 panel of government hiring in schools, in government schools of West Bengal. And some of them were designated to be absolutely surely deserving ones. They have not been asked to pay back their salaries, but everyone else, where the rest of the group, where there are ambiguities about some of them might be deserving ones, some of them might be non-deserving ones, all of them have been asked to pay all of their due salaries, all of the salaries that they got paid up until this point, 2016 onwards, back to the government, okay? With 12% interest. That is absolutely unheard of and absolutely insanely tough for the people who are deserving even in that group. And besides, they have their loans, they've gotten married, they have kids, their kids are in schools, they have house loans and stuff. Insane amounts of chaos is going on in their lives. Now, the people who are in fact the bribe payers are also pissed off because some of them sold their land and stuff to get that job. Some of them I had heard were actually deserving but would not get the jobs and therefore paid the bribe. So that's one layer of insanity. Those guys prepared, passed those exams, and even then had to take loans or sell their land and stuff to pay the bribes to get the job. And then they got the salaries for all these years, and now they'll have to pay back all that salary with 12% interest. Anyway, Justice Ganguly has been saying, let's sit down, let's come up with two distinct lists for the deserving ones, non-deserving ones. Again, to recap, why did not the state government so far for all these years provide the lists of specifically the non-deserving ones? Because the non-deserving ones are the bribe payers. They will go on and publicize the fact that yes, we paid the bribes to these specific people, go arrest them. Since they can't afford that, they did not separate the two, and in fact hoped that the Supreme Court, the Indian judiciary, will let them go just because of that sort of anti-Nietzschean Christian morality way of thinking, that let 9,000 people go scot-free if there is doubt, just to save that one man who might get into prison unfairly. Okay, thankfully Supreme Court didn't do that. Well, thankfully from our perspective, because we kind of don't have a dog in this fight, although our taxes are getting wasted left and right here, but we are not affected directly, luckily. But though the people who are affected directly here, unfortunately, they would probably say that yeah, let those non-deserving random people who just became teachers out of no fucking where by paying bribes, let them be teachers as well, as long as we have our job. That's a sentiment I'm ready to have sympathy for, not any logical empathy. So after the fact that they do not provide separate lists for deserving and non-deserving, the state government creates vacancies in other departments just to make sure the non-deserving ones get jobs. Then at Netaji Indoor Stadium 2 days back, sort of a political function happens from the side of the state government, where allegedly people who are close to the ruling party are called inside. They are addressed by the chief minister, some intellectuals, some washed up authors, and the education minister, and they're assured and stuff. There the chief minister says, I will make sure the deserving ones get justice, and I will also make sure the non-deserving ones get justice. Whoever is getting, in fact, that allegation, we will look into the allegation and make sure they get something as well. That was insane to begin with. What I didn't know back then when I was making a live stream on that topic was that people who entered that stadium that day were given cards of deserving candidate. Okay, they were designated to be deserving by the state government, even though allegedly they don't have a list of who is a deserving candidate and who is a non-deserving candidate, which is the basis for this entire ruckus of 26,000, close to 26,000 people getting fired. Can you believe this? Okay, now coming back to today. This was all a recap, flashback. Abhijit Ganguly says, let's sit down. Yesterday, Bratya Basu, legendary actor, and I've heard his father was in CPIM, right? Yeah, his father was a CPIM guy. Still highly respected in Bengal theaters. He is the education minister right now, after the previous education minister, who was then education minister when all of this was happening, all of with the 2016-17 era. He is now in prison. The famous guy Partha Chatterjee, from whose house countless amounts of heaps of cash were found. Bratta Basu says, "Okay, I'm ready to sit down." Everyone gets happy that the main ruling party and the opposition party is coming together and sitting down to solve issues of the people. So today morning, everything is still on point. The plan is going accordingly. Abhijit Ganguly has left his house. He is about to meet Bratta Basu. At that point, in different DI offices all over the city, there were supposed to be protests in one specific place called Koshba. Yeah, I know Kasbah is supposed to mean a place, but in Kolkata there's a place called Kasbah because of our heritage of Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb. So Kasbah, there is a DI office, okay, Director of Inspector of Schools. In that office, some ruckus happens. All those deserving teachers who are protesting, they have demands like, we don't want to get fired, we want specific lists of who is deserving, who is non-deserving, and give us the OMR sheets which were allegedly burnt, OMR sheets which showed their marks and stuff. Okay, there they get into a heckling situation with the police. I will be fully honest here. The police did not start the matter of beating them up. They were trying to enter the DI complex, the DI, what the fuck is it called? Director of Inspector, right? Yeah. So they were trying to enter the offices of that officer, okay, Director of Inspector of Schools. At that point, the police push them back. There's a bit of heckling, pulling of shirts and stuff. But then the retaliation that happens is absolutely insane. Those unarmed teachers, people who have probably never done a push-up even in their dreams in their entire lives, get treated as a serious fucking threat by the very, very brave police, which is why the name of today's live stream is Schrodinger's police, because today they behaved really bravely and beat back those very, very aggressive, strong, unarmed, rantack overdosed teachers who have never done a push-up in their dreams in their lives, and beat the shit out of them. Some of them have allegedly broken their legs. We will go through some footages as well. Some of them have allegedly broken their hips. One guy got thrown on the ground and got kicked by the police on camera because of creating a situation where the police were getting heckled. Now, where does Schrodinger come in here? Because just yesterday, in a place called Jungipur, interestingly, Jongi in Bengali means terrorist. In a place called Jungipur, some people call it Jungipur. I don't know what the fuck Jangi means. Jangia means men's underwear. I don't know whether it's Jungipur or Jungipur. I've always known it to be Jungipur. So in a place called Jungipur, a very, very Muslim dominant area, there were some protests against the WAQF board amendment. So there, police, West Bengal's police, had some of their cars burned down by the protesters. SDPO's own car was burned down, and some of them hid inside shops. There are CCTV footages, which I will try to find out. But at least we will go through footages of the Muslim shop owners themselves saying that, well, all of a sudden they started banging on our shops and we let them inside. What could we do? So I guess this makes for nice fictional tales of Hindu-Muslim brotherhood 30 years, 40 years from now for any Bengali Brahman Boido Kaisto who wants to win Booker Prize and stuff. And they will say that how even on that day, when police officers were getting attacked by a so-called Islamic mob, it was Muslim shopkeepers who gave them refuge in their shops. Okay. Now, regarding that situation, something even insane, even more hilarious, incredible happened. Is this guy library minister? I keep forgetting his name. Wait. Just wait. Yeah. So these guys are library minister. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is the job of a library minister, but I guess he looks after the funds of libraries and which authors get read in the libraries of West Bengal. So his name is the Honorable Siddiqullah Chaudhary. These are, of course, very honorable men. So, and mainly whether there should be books of the Honorable Chief Minister or not, he looks after that. Now, Mr. Siddiqullah, Honorable Siddiqullah Chaudhary ended up saying that even under the CPIM, we did not get beaten up like this. That was a pretty fascinating quote to make because he is the library minister of this government itself. And he says, on one hand, he is saying that even under CPIM, we did not get beaten up and lathi charged against us like this under CPIM. On the other hand, we are seeing countless shops burned down or some police vans burned down, set on fire and stuff, and the police running for their lives into shops. Okay, both of these are parallelly happening. Okay, it's Schrodinger all around, just like Schrodinger's mathematics. That Trinamool fangirl on Twitter saying that all parties are equally bad, but Trinamool is the lesser evil. So you see, the hierarchy here is diagonal and vertical at the same time. Now, after Siddiqullah Chaudhary says this, ABP Anand today points out very bravely, in fact, that where was that bravery of the police yesterday? When it comes to those rioters, they are hiding in shops. Today, they are beating the shit out of teachers who kind of heckled them. And more importantly, some ABP Anand, the journalist, was pointing out that I don't know if non-Bengalis remember, a few years back, some police officers hid under the table inside their own police station because some people from the ruling party allegedly were attacking them. Okay, so you see, it's Schrodinger's bravery. Now let's get through some hilarious footage. Hello, Abhinav. Okay, and the closing ceremony for today's discussion in this live stream is going to be a very famous actor, Aditya Datta Bonik, getting a sort of a threat phone call from someone who is allegedly a Trinamool supporter. But obviously, in the call, we will go through some translations. You will see that he got very pissed off against Aditya for saying rude things against Mamata Banerjee. He was saying that you have disrespected the chief minister. She's like a mother and stuff. Okay, that was pretty interesting. Okay, now let's see some footage. Retro is saying, bro, cops were hiding inside shops of Muslim owners and petrol pumps, and the anti-WAQF bill Muslim protesters broke into Muslim shops and destroyed those shops. Like in Bangladesh, they are destroying KFC shops and stuff, KFC outlets run by Bangladeshis. Like during the Tata Shingur factory Andolans, there was a guy from JU who took some of his musclemen and did some todfod in a Tata factory, Tata showroom in Kolkata. Okay, that was run by local, normal, casual, lower middle class Bengalis. Okay. Okay, let's see some scary footage. Oh, by the way, there's one point I forgot to mention is that in the end, Justice Obis Ganguly therefore says, I'm not going to meet the education minister as a mark of protest for this lathi charge and the insane beating up that the teachers received. Now, check out these footages of people getting beaten up.
আমরা খালি সেগ্রিগেশন লিস্ট চাইছি, আমরা মিরর ইমেজ দিতে চাইছি। মমতা ব্যানার্জিকে ওপেন চ্যালেঞ্জ করছি।
পরপরের মতো আচরণ, এটা কি সরকারের নির্দেশ ছাড়া হয়? এটা হতে পারে উনি ওখানে প্রতিশ্রুতি দিচ্ছেন আর এখানে লাঠিচার্জ করার নির্দেশ দিচ্ছেন।
Bro, guys, they deserve some sympathy. Even as libertarian, I'm saying it because after all, the preparation naam ka bhi koi cheez hota hai na. These people thought they'll just pass some exams, kothin porikha, and sit comfortably while life goes by. They'll teach in government schools. They'll never send their own kids remotely towards anything resembling a government schools, but they'll go on teaching in a government schools, and they'll have no performance review. Their students will come out knowing horse shit. But with that kind of life preparation and vision and ambition, now they're having to go to protests for years and years in this 35, 40-degree heat of Kolkata, and even getting beaten up by the police. That's not the India they grew up in. That's not what they signed up for. And they're Bengali. And they're overdosing on Rantak. And they're getting beaten up by the police. How cruel must society be against them?
আমাদের দেখে কি মনে হচ্ছে আমরা নিরপরাধ যোগ্য চাকরিহারা? আমাদের যোগ্যতার উপর প্রশ্ন চিহ্ন তুলে দিয়েছেন। আমরা এখানে বিচার চাইতে এসেছি, এখানে মারধর করা হচ্ছে।
আমাকেও মেরেছে, আমি আমার সহযোদ্ধা থেকে ছেড়ে যাব না, মেরে ফেললেও যাব।
I like this guy. He was saying that no matter how much I get beaten up today, I'm not leaving these people. They are my Sahayodhya. Okay, so they are my co-warriors. Oh yeah, one important point needs to be made. People were alleging who got beaten up that, and anyone who has ever been to a protest knows this, that the police find out those specific spots to beat you up, which you won't be able to show on camera to the media. Okay, so mainly private parts and stuff.
দেখো বলে
Exactly, Buddhadev. Exactly. I personally wouldn't, but I would never look down upon a friend or a family member if they do it, because खाली का फालतू का बिठा के रखा है अगर facility तो who gives a shit then? It can't be a game of just individual models. Then नहीं होगा. Then सावरकर हो जाएगा.
কি শেষ পর্যন্ত কিন্তু শিক্ষকদের পুলিশের কাছে লাঠি খেতে হলো, লাঠি চার্জ করলো পুলিশ এবং একের পর এক লাঠিরা কিন্তু মাটিতে লুটিয়ে পড়লেন। আমরা
But wait for it. There are more footages of people getting beaten up coming up. Okay. By the way, look at the physique of this guy. Holy shit! Finally, some fit people in the Kolkata police.
দেখতে পাচ্ছি তারা কিন্তু একদম অনেকেই আহত।
Yeah, I might be mistaken, but this is probably the only guy who was trying to actually sober people up. He was saying that no, please don't do this. People were pulling his stick and stuff. He was still saying no. He was absolutely calm. He was saying no, don't do this. Okay, and this is what usually happens with insanely fit people. They know what are the capabilities of or potentialities of this situation, of this insane fuck up that is going on. What are the potentials of his own body? How much damage he can do? Therefore, he is calm. Okay. All the unfit fucker police officers, they were the ones beating the shit out of these Rantak teachers. So, a lot of respect for this particular officer.
হয়েছেন এবং মাটিতে লুটিয়ে পড়েছেন একের পর এক পুলিশের লাঠি চার্জ এবং দেখা যাচ্ছে যে একদম ব্যারিকেড ভেঙে যখন শিক্ষকরা ভেতরে প্রবেশ
And these officers come from lower middle class families of mofusils of Bengal, villages of Bengal. They know, after all, it's their kind of friends, indirect relatives and all who are facing this. How much joy can this guy feel at beating the crap out of these people? It's the senior officers who come from very, very privileged Marwari or Brahmin Boido kinds of families of Kolkata, who are the unfit fuckers who are beating these teachers up.
করেছিলেন। তারপরে কিন্তু পুলিশ দেখা যাচ্ছে যে পুলিশ মারমুখী হয়ে ওঠে এবং তাদেরকে এখান থেকে সরানোর জন্য লাঠি চার্জ করা হয় এবং এটা একটা ভয়ানক দৃশ্য যেখানে শিক্ষকরা স্কুলে থাকবেন পড়া।
By the way, 2 days back we did a Bengali live stream on that Bengali serial driver who mowed down some people in broad daylight at about 9 a.m. in the morning in a busy street of Kolkata. And we were discussing how this is a sign of a larger societal breakdown and stuff, because we were seeing the footage of the head of the channel in which that guy directs serials, a woman in her 40s who is fat as fuck and also drunk out of her brains, who could not get up into the prison van and fell down and almost caused an earthquake, and people were beating the shit out of her and threw her inside anyway. I forgot to mention that of course she is probably liberal, probably woke, probably thinks Hindu fascism is coming on, etc., and has this lifestyle, is probably not married, probably doesn't have kids, and is facing a disaster here, and her reputation, at least for now, for the foreseeable future, is ruined. She was in a car which killed a Muslim man, in fact, whose son was just about to get married. Now, I forgot to make one challenge that she will probably be Brahmin or Boido or Kaisto. Today I found out she is in fact Kaisto, and in fact has done her masters from Presidency University in English, 2009-2011 batch.
পড়াবেন এবং কিন্তু তাকে খেতে হলো পুলিশের লাঠি চার্জ। ঠিক ডিআই অফিসের সামনে তারা এখানে বিক্ষোভ করছিলেন, বিক্ষোভ অবস্থান করছিলেন এবং একদম ডিআই অফিসের যে ভেতরে একদম আমরা একটু বাইরে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা করছি, যেখানে কিন্তু একদম তাদেরকে সরিয়ে নিয়ে যাওয়া হয়েছে, লাঠি চার্জ করার পর একদম বাইরে নিয়ে যাওয়া হয়েছে। আমি সেখানে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা করছি এবং দেখো এই ঠিক ব্যারিকেড ভেঙে কিন্তু ভেতরে প্রবেশ করে শিক্ষকরা এবং তাদের বক্তব্য ছিল তারা ভলান্টিয়ার সার্ভিস দেবেন না, যোগ্য অযোগ্য আলাদা করতে হবে।
Yeah, remember 2 days back in our Socialism Fox West Bengal live stream, we discussed that insane claim that in the which Mamata Banerjee made in the Netaji Indoor Stadium that well, who's stopping you from going to schools now? How about you do some voluntary service, bro? I know you got fired and stuff, but do it for voluntary purposes, for society's sake. Otherwise, the school system will collapse. Now, a lot of people are making this point, and I'm getting very annoyed with this. What do you mean the school system will collapse if these people don't go to schools to teach? Most of them are not teachers in the first place. They got that job just by bribing people. Even if they teach, the school system is collapsing in real time as we speak anyway. It's not that they leave schools and don't go to schools, therefore the system collapses. They are not teachers. They got that job by bribing. How the fuck does their absence mean anything extra?
তারা পড়ান, কিভাবে তারা স্কুলে যাবেন? প্রতিশ্রুতি থাকা সত্ত্বেও কিন্তু তারা মেনে নিতে পারছেন না তাদের ভবিষ্যৎ কি, নিরাপত্তা কি। যোগ্য অযোগ্যের তালিকা তৈরি করতে হবে, তাদের একটাই তাদের দাবি ছিল। এবং তারপর কিন্তু ঠিক এই ব্যারিকেড ভাঙার পর তারা যখন ভেতরে প্রবেশ করে, ঠিক ভেতরে প্রবেশ করার ঠিক 15 থেকে 20 মিনিটের মধ্যে পুলিশ মারমুখী হয়ে ওঠে এবং পুলিশ লাঠিচার্জ করার পর অনেক শিক্ষককে দেখা যায় মাটিতে লুটিয়ে পড়েছেন তারা এবং তারা আহত হয়েছেন এবং তাদের বক্তব্য শিক্ষক হতে গিয়ে
সেই সময়কার ছবি দেখতে পাচ্ছেন।
More stuff is coming up, okay? Wait. Yeah.
ভাবে এসেছি আর আমাদের এগেইনস্টে 2-3টে করে লাঠি উঠছে, কারোর মাথার পেছনে মারছে, কাউকে অ্যাটাক করছে, পা ভেঙে যাচ্ছে।
She's saying some people's legs have been broken and some people have been hit on the backs of their heads with sticks by the police.
কি হচ্ছে এটা কি হচ্ছে? সরে যাও।
আমাদেরকে মারছে এভাবে, আমাদের বিরুদ্ধে সুপ্রিম কোর্টে এত যে লম্বা প্রসেসিং হলো, কোথাও দুর্নীতি এতটুকু অভিযোগ পাইনি। বলেছে নট স্পেসিফিক্যালি টেন্টেড, সংবিধানে আছে।
আমাদের 3টে ডিমান্ড, ওয়ান ইজ মিরর ইমেজ, সেকেন্ড ইজ টেন্টেড আনটেন্টেড সেপারেশন লিস্ট, থার্ড ইজ নো টার্মিনেশন লেটার, আদারওয়াইজ no approval of chief minister. We do not accept.
আমাদের মিরর ইমেজ অবশ্যই বের করতে হবে, কারণ আমরা সবাই যোগ্য প্রমাণও করতে পারিনি, আমরা অযোগ্য এখনো প্রমাণ করতে পারিনি।
জিজ্ঞেস করবেন কেন পরীক্ষা নিচ্ছে, হোয়াট ইজ ইওর প্রসেস, হাউ আর ইউ প্রসেসিং, হাউ উইল আই নো whether the process is right or wrong, how will I know the process? যে আমাদেরকে বিচার দিয়েছে ও একটু বলুক, কেউ পরীক্ষা দেওয়ার আগে কেউ জিজ্ঞেস করবে যে আপনার প্রসেস কি ঠিক? এই যে প্রসেসের জন্য আমাদের
এরা পুলিশ নয়, এরা ডিউটি লিস্ট আমি দেখবো, এরা পুলিশ নয়, এরা পার্টির দালাল, এরা কোন অর্ডারে আমাদের মেরেছে তাকে জমা দিতে হবে। আমরা কোনো রাজনৈতিক কর্মসূচি করিনি।
উনারা বোধহয় আমাদের সঙ্গে থাকবেন, তাহলে উনারা আমাদের লাঠি চার্জ করছেন। এর থেকে
করা হলো, লাঠির ঘায়ের মুখে করতে হলো, তাই নিয়েই তারা প্রশ্ন তুলছেন যে সেই মুহূর্তে ছবি আপনারা দেখছেন, যে সময় এভাবেই চাকরি
দেখা করব, করে বেরিয়ে আপনাদের সঙ্গে আবার কথা বলবো, কেমন?
এভাবেই একেবারে আপনারা শুনলেন বিকাশ ভবনের পথে অভিজিৎ গঙ্গোপাধ্যায়, আর অন্যদিকে আপনাদের সামনে তুলে ধরছে কসবা ডিআই অফিসের ছবি, যেখানে এভাবে একেবারে অমানবিক ছবি সেখানে দেখা গেল। চাকরিহারা শিক্ষকদের উপর এভাবেই লাঠি চার্জ করলো পুলিশ। একের পর এক চাকরিহারা শিক্ষক, তারা অসুস্থ হয়ে পড়েছেন, টেনে হিঁচড়ে তাদেরকে সরিয়ে দেওয়া হলো সেখান থেকে।
Wait. Now, next is this footage. This one is important.
উত্তেজনা সেখানে নতুন করে আবারও পুলিশ সেখানে রয়েছে, আমরা দেখতে পেলাম যে ছবি, এখনো সেই ছবি দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমরা সরাসরি। রুমা পাল আমাদের প্রতিনিধি রয়েছেন আমাদের সঙ্গে। রুমা, কি পরিস্থিতি সেখানে?
আপনার নাম কি?
আবারও উত্তেজনা সেখানে নতুন করে আবারও পুলিশ সেখানে রয়েছে, আমরা দেখতে পেলাম যে ছবি, এখনো সেই ছবি দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমরা সরাসরি। রুমা পাল আমাদের প্রতিনিধি রয়েছেন আমাদের সঙ্গে। রুমা, কি পরিস্থিতি সেখানে?
আপনার নাম কি?
আমাদের প্রতিনিধি রুমার সঙ্গে আমরা যোগাযোগ করবো অবশ্যই। যে ছবি আপনাদের সামনে রেখেছি কসবা ডিআই অফিসে, যেখানে চাকরি হারা শিক্ষক শিক্ষিকাদের মারধর করে পুলিশ, একেবারে লাঠি পেটা করে, অমানবিক ছবি দেখতে পাচ্ছেন সেই ছবি। দেখতে পাচ্ছেন সেই ছবি, কিভাবে লাঠি পেটা করা হচ্ছে, একেবারে পুলিশ সেখানে।
See, look at this fat fucker. Look at this rantak overdosed fat fuck chasing down young kids who are legitimate teachers in the state. Okay, I told you, it's the fat fuckers who are going to cause destruction in society.
লাঠি হাতে দাঁড়িয়ে রয়েছে, হেলমেট মাথায় রয়েছে। এদিকে চাকরি হারা শিক্ষকরা চাকরি চলে গেছে, তারা চাকরি চাইতে গিয়েছিলেন, তারা প্রতিবাদ জানাতে গিয়েছিলেন, সেখানে তাদেরকে এইভাবে, এই অমানবিক ভাবে লাঠি পেটা করা হলো। তারা বলছেন কেন তারা এই বর্বরোচিত আক্রমণের শিকার হলেন, এই প্রশ্ন করছেন তারা। তারা তো চাকরি চাইতে গিয়েছিলেন। যে ছবি আজ কসবা ডিআই অফিসে ধরা পড়লো, একেবারে ধুন্ধুমার পরিস্থিতি।
দাদা
শিক্ষকদের লাঠি পেটা পুলিশের মাথায় হেলমেট আছে দেখতে। কসবা ডিআই অফিসে একেবারে ধুন্ধুমার পরিস্থিতি, যেখানে চাকরিহারা শিক্ষক শিক্ষিকারা তারা বিক্ষোভ দেখিয়েছেন, তারা অবস্থান করছিলেন সেখানে। এইভাবে যে ছবি দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, এইভাবেই পুলিশ লাঠি পেটা করে, লাঠি চার্জ করে, একেবারে লাঠির গায়ে সেখানে কিন্তু।
Check this. This is where the kicks happen.
চাকরি চলে যাওয়াতে আগেই পেটে লাঠি, আর এবার চাকরি চাইতে গিয়ে জুটলো লাঠি।
দেখো একবারই, এবং যেটা
Yeah, hilariously enough, in Bengali there's a phrase called pete lathi, which means I'm taking away your, metaphorically means I'm taking away your sources of earning, and literally means kicking your stomach. And so today both of them happened, literally and metaphorically, getting people getting kicked in their stomach.
পুলিশের তরফ থেকে বলা হচ্ছে যে পুলিশ রীতিমতো আইনি ব্যবস্থাও নেবে এরপর এই আন্দোলনকারী শিক্ষকদের বিরুদ্ধে। তার কারণ কি? তার কারণ হচ্ছে পুলিশের দাবি হচ্ছে আন্দোলনকারী শিক্ষকরা,
Wait for it, okay, you'll now see people getting kicked.
ব্যারিকেড ভেঙে ঢুকেছে। যখন ঢোকে তখন তাতে 3 জন পুলিশ কর্মী আহত হন, তাদেরকে হাসপাতালে পাঠাতে হয়েছে, এবং এরা জোর করে গেট ভেঙে ঢুকেছে, ফলে তাদের বিরুদ্ধে আইনানুগ ব্যবস্থাও নেওয়া হবে। এখন প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে যে এই দুর্নীতির অভিযোগে তৎকালীন এসএসসি চেয়ারম্যান গ্রেপ্তার।
Where did the kicking go? Yes, sir. Thumbnail
আমাদের
রয়েছে
সামনে
এখানে নেই।
রেখেছি আজ ডিআই।
Wait, I will show you the kicking stuff. I have to show you the kicking. It's absolutely insane.
মারতে মারতে এমন অবস্থা লাঠি ভেঙে যাচ্ছে। আমরা কথা বলবো নিউজ
Yeah, some of the sticks of the police officers broke because they used it so much to beat up the teachers.
থেকে আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন আমাদের প্রতিনিধি অতুন হালদার। অতুন, এমন
যোগ্য শিক্ষক যোগ্যতার সঙ্গে সরকারি প্রতিষ্ঠানের উপর নির্ভর করে যারা চাকরি পাইছিলেন তারা চাকরি হারিয়ে অসহায় হয়ে আজকে আন্দোলনে নেমেছেন এবং সেই ঘোষিত আন্দোলনে আমরা দেখলাম যে যারা পেশায় শিক্ষক পুলিশের একটা কোন ছবি তুলে ধরল তাদের বিরুদ্ধে কি ব্যবস্থা আন্দোলনকারী শিক্ষকদের উপর কিছু অযোগ্য মিশা আজকে এই দিন দেখতে হতো না সেই লাঠি মারলেন লাঠি চার্জ করলেন তাদের বিরুদ্ধে কোনো ব্যবস্থা নেওয়া হয় নাকি মহল থেকে অভিযোগ
To this, I can't find it. I thought the one with the thumbnail, which shows a guy getting kicked on the thumbnail, will have the footage of the guy getting kicked, but it's apparently not there. So anyway, we'll move on to the other topics, the other stuff we have to discuss. Yeah. So at this point, the police say that yes, we will in fact pursue cases against them, and the senior police officers say that yeah, it was an unfortunate incident, but they should not have taken up law into their own hands. They should wait for law to take its own course and stuff. Then Obis Ganguly says that I'm not taking this meeting. Now check out what happened in Jungipur yesterday. Okay, some of the stuff. Jungipur is the place where that WAQF board protests happened.
বাইরে বিক্ষোভকারীরা বিক্ষোভ দেখাচ্ছেন আর প্রাণ বাঁচাতে পুলিশ পাশের হার্ডওয়্যারের দোকানের ভেতরে লুকিয়ে
This is the hardware store where the police hid because there they could not beat up Muslims because Muslims, most of them in Bengal, are not fat fucks, unlike the Bengali police officers.
পড়লো যখন এই হামলার ঘটনা ঘটে যখন বিক্ষোভ প্রদর্শন চলছিল ঠিক সেই সময় বিক্ষোভকারীরা পুলিশের সাথে বাদানুবাদে জড়িয়ে পড়ে পুলিশের তরফ থেকে কাঁদানে গ্যাস ছোড়া হয় এবং সেই সময় পাল্টা পুলিশকে লক্ষ্য করে ইট বৃষ্টি শুরু হয়
Damro's clearance sale is here.
পুলিশ কর্মী সেরকমটাই বলছেন প্রত্যক্ষদর্শীরা তারা চলে আসেন এই হার্ডওয়্যারের দোকানের ভেতরে এবং দোকান
AK Brahmo here makes an important point which is very significant to remember in terms of predicting anything for Bengal's elections. Okay, that he's sarcastically saying, of course, that oh well, 26,000 jobs gone and these people are protesting against the WAQF. It's actually very significant because most people are not affected by these 26,000 jobs going away because most people are not qualified enough, educated enough to have even dreams of becoming a teacher, unless you of course sell your land and bribe your way to becoming a teacher. So you see, the stuff we are seeing, people getting beaten up by the police and stuff, people losing their jobs, that's not an election issue, remember, in West Bengal. Most people do not give a shit. Most people are not rich enough to give a shit about this. Their concerns are different. WAQF is a real concern there.
ভেতরে প্রবেশ করেই তারা দোকানের যে শাটার সেই শাটার প্রাণ ভয়ে বন্ধ করে দেন এবং দোকান মালিক সেই সময় সেখানে উপস্থিত ছিলেন এবং তিনি দোকানের ভেতরেই তখন ছিলেন পুলিশ একটা মানুষকে
So this nice Muslim chacha is going to be the topic of Booker Prize winning and all sorts of literary prize winning fiction novels written by Brahmis Boyd, those guys, those 50 years from now, who will point out this man and probably make a movie out of him because he was the Muslim man who gave refuge to police officers who were getting chased by a religious mob. And you see, therefore, remember, religion is to be blamed. Now, I will try to find some footage, but these are the shops where the police officers took refuge. They are saying that yes, they took refuge here.
শাটার একটা বন্ধ করতে পেরেছিলেন বাকি বন্ধ করতে পারেনি আর উপরে তো যা আছে আপনার ভেঙে পুলিশ কর্মীকে প্রাণে বাঁচিয়ে
These are the shops all owned by Muslims which were destroyed by Muslims, LOL. And next we will check out some footage of what happened in Jungipur yesterday. Wait for it. There's some insane footage to be seen. Where did they go? Yeah, finding them. Insane footages. Ah, there you see. Just 23 hours back.
সংশোধিত ওয়াকফ আইনের প্রতিবাদে যখন উত্তাল হলো মুর্শিদাবাদের জঙ্গিপুর, তখন আজকেই নোটিফিকেশন জারি করা হলো কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের তরফ থেকে। বিলে পরিণত হলো এই সংশোধিত ওয়াকফ আইন। আপনাদের জানিয়ে রাখি যে সংশোধিত ওয়াকফ আইন আজকেই যখন
See, look at the physique of the Muslim guy and look at the police officer thinking 500 times before beating him up.
থেকে তখন আজকে
He's standing there casually. That Muslim guy is standing there casually talking to the police while the police are doing, I'll beat you up. And he's there standing there chilled. He's saying, see, there some people are doing some ruckus and stuff. Why don't you go there, bro?
তখন আজকেই নোটিফিকেশন জারি করা হলো কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের তরফ থেকে। বিলে পরিণত হলো এই সংশোধিত ওয়াকফ আইন। আপনাদের জানিয়ে রাখি যে সংশোধিত ওয়াকফ আইন আজকেই যখন উত্তপ্ত মুর্শিদাবাদের জঙ্গিপুর, সেই সময় নোটিফিকেশন জারি করা হলো কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের তরফে। আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন আমাদের প্রতিনিধি রাজীব চৌধুরী। রাজীব, ঠিক কিভাবে পরিস্থিতি এতটা উত্তপ্ত হয়ে উঠল?
একেবারে বিকেল থেকে পরিস্থিতি একেবারে অগ্নিগর্ভ হয়ে ওঠে। এই পরিস্থিতি একেবারে অগ্নিগর্ভ যে হয়ে ওঠে তখন একেবারে বিকেল থেকে যখন তারা অবরোধ করেন, যখন রাস্তা যখন অবরোধ করেন, অবরোধ করে যখন রয়েছে,
There were lots of tear gas and stuff also used by the police.
তখন পুলিশ তাদের তুলে দিতে চায়। 12 নম্বর জাতীয় সড়ক অমরপুর মোড়ে যখন তারা তুলতে যান তখন তাদের পুলিশের সঙ্গে বচসা হয়, পুলিশের গাড়ি ভাঙচুর করে এবং পুলিশের গাড়িতে আগুন লাগিয়ে দেওয়া হয়। পুলিশ তারপরে টিয়ার গ্যাস চালায় এবং তারা আরো উত্তপ্ত হয়ে পড়ে। চারদিক থেকে প্রচুর অবরোধকারীরা এসে উপস্থিত হন এবং অবরোধটাকে অল্প
Some mostly peaceful protests by peaceful people.
কিছুক্ষণ আগে এই মুহূর্তে অবরোধ উঠেছে। এখন 34 নম্বর যে জাতীয় সড়ক, যে এই মুহূর্তে জাতীয় সড়কে পুলিশ অবরোধ মুক্ত করেছে। দুদিকের লেন এই মুহূর্তে অল্প কিছুক্ষণ আগে এই মুহূর্তে শুরু হয়েছে।
You see, when it's public property, it's nobody's property. We are supposed to fear Western style capitalism and free market and market failure. Meanwhile, it's your salary, your taxes, which has paid for this car, which was burned down by people who don't pay salaries because they are too poor and because this nation is Islamophobic and because minorities must have some rights.
অবরোধ কিন্তু উঠে গেছে এই মুহূর্তে। দফায় দফায় অবরোধকারীরা যেটা অভিযোগ করতে শুরু করেন, তাদের এই বিল প্রত্যাহার করতে হবে পুলিশের পক্ষ থেকে।
Your taxes, guys. You are worrying about market failure, and this is what is going on with your taxes. Look at your portions of your salary getting burnt up.
জাতীয় সড়ক থেকে তাদের সরে যাওয়ার অনুমতি বলা হয়, সরে যেতে বলা হয়, তারা সেই কথা শোনেননি এবং তারপরে কিন্তু পুলিশের সঙ্গে পুলিশের পক্ষ থেকে যে অভিযোগ করা হয়, পুলিশের গাড়ি লক্ষ্য করে তারা ভাঙচুর চালায়, আগুন লাগায়, পুলিশের পক্ষ থেকে টিয়ার গ্যাস চালানো হয় এবং অবরোধকারীদের শেষ পর্যন্ত লাঠি চার্জ করে সেখান থেকে সরিয়ে দেওয়া হয়। দফায় দফায় জাতীয় সড়কের বিভিন্ন জায়গার অবরোধ, রাজ্য সড়কের অবরোধ চলে। জঙ্গিপুর থেকে অমরপুর পর্যন্ত অবরোধের তীব্রতা এতটাই ছিল যে পুলিশের পক্ষে প্রায় 4 ঘন্টা ধরে এই যে জাতীয় সড়ক আবার অবরুদ্ধ ছিল। এই মুহূর্তে জাতীয় সড়কে যান চলাচল শুরু করেছে, জাতীয় সড়ক যান চলাচল করতে শুরু করেছে।
This is going on a national highway, by the way, okay? And if this was done to private property, private roads, private cars, there would be repercussions. There can't be repercussions in this case because we are a social justice-based socialist country.
জাতীয় সড়কে যান চলাচল হয়ে প্রায় 4 ঘন্টা জাতীয় সড়ক অবরুদ্ধ হয়েছিল।
Rishabh, not only is it getting reported by Bengali channels, it's ABP Anando, in fact, who pointed it out today that what were police doing yesterday? They were hiding in shops when their own cars were getting burned down just last night, and today they are beating up unarmed teachers. This is ABP Anando making this point.
এই অবরোধ পুলিশ হটিয়ে দেয়। বিশাল পুলিশ বাহিনী, জঙ্গিপুর পুলিশ জেলা, মুর্শিদাবাদ পুলিশ জেলা থেকে বিশাল পুলিশ বাহিনী ঘটনাস্থলে পৌঁছয় এবং তারা একেবারে সেখান থেকে অবরোধকারীদের সরিয়ে দেয়। এই মুহূর্তে অবরোধকারীদেরকে জাতীয়
একদমই রাজীব,
সড়ক
তুমি
থেকে
আমাদের সঙ্গে থাকো। কি হলো না আজকে, যেভাবে ধুন্ধুমার পরিস্থিতি তৈরি হয় জঙ্গিপুরে, আক্রান্ত পুলিশ, একের পর এক গাড়ি জ্বললো, ইট বৃষ্টি, ধস্তাধস্তি, দেখতেই পাচ্ছেন সেই মুহূর্তে।
You see, all the pro-environmentalist leftists who have no problems with these cars getting burnt up, and as a result, toxic, poisonous smoke coming out, which is going to create a hole in the ozone layer. Animal-loving leftists have no problem with this situation where street dogs. Imagine the street dogs in a riot situation. Imagine the lives of all those street dogs who depend absolutely on random humans feeding them a bit of roti, biscuits, and water. Not even, no one feeds them. No one. 99.99% of people don't feed street dogs water. So anyway, water to fuck it anyway. They'll drink whatever the fuck is left over in a dirty drain. But the rest of the day, they depend on bits and pieces of little biscuits and roti, and the shops are being burned down. Places, spots where they lie down, because they have really strict borders amongst themselves, because they are not anarcho-capitalists, not jobs, nor are they commies who think we will just hold each other's dicks and live in a commune. So those dogs who have strict borders and stuff are being forced to get displaced, and as a result, tomorrow onwards, when the humans leave those spots, those dogs are going to have insane dog fights amongst themselves, and multiple dogs are going to bleed to death slowly, gradually, painfully, suffering a lot because other dogs bit them on their necks and stuff. Okay, these dog fights always happen on the day after the riot, because those dogs get displaced and move into other neighborhoods. Okay, so on wherever this riot is going on, if some dog has not even left that spot, is of course probably getting beaten up or got attacked, okay, or hid in some or under someone's house and stuff, who's also going to throw stones and kick the fuck out of that dog. And dog loving, animal loving leftists also won't bring these things up when it's a riot getting created by their favorite people.
ছবি আপনাদের সামনে রেখেছি, উত্তাল জঙ্গিপুর। ওয়াকফ সংশোধিত আইন, যে সেই আইনের প্রতিবাদে তারা মানতে চান না, এই প্রতিবাদে বিক্ষোভ দেখাচ্ছিলেন, সেই বিক্ষোভে উত্তাল হয়ে উঠল জঙ্গিপুর, একেবারে ধুন্ধুমার পরিস্থিতি।
Look at this. There's so much to learn from this guy. Firstly, he is shorter than the police officer, but even if he is short, he is ectomorph and probably does some physical manual labor for a living, and is not fearing the police officer at all. At this point, the police officer finally starts to scare him. He does not fucking flinch. He does not move a hair in his body. He stands there casually chilled out, because he knows Allah is with him, protecting him, and his reference point in combat situations is Habib fucking Nurmagomedov. Okay, he is not waiting for Hindus to learn their Kalaripayat, to rejuvenate their akhada and have a Sanskrit style name for a modern combat sport, and then revive our martial arts horse shit. Okay, he is trained, and therefore he has this courage. This courage does not come without training. Even as a reflex action, at least, when a police officer does this with your stick, you will at least flinch, at least move the fuck away. He does not. That's the level of training this man has. Learn something from this guy.
জঙ্গিপুর একেবারে ধুন্ধুমার পরিস্থিতি। বিক্ষোভ দেখাচ্ছিলেন,
Look at his body language.
উত্তাল হয়ে উঠল জঙ্গিপুর, একেবারে ধুন্ধুমার পরিস্থিতি।
So he in fact says, no, go there. And the police officer gives up, because that guy is a Rantak overdosing Bengali guy probably. Now let's check out this footage a little. Here we see a bit of police officers themselves getting heckled, and a Bengali looking guy who is probably Brahmin or Boiddo or Kaisto, a senior officer, who then actually ends up kicking people. That footage won't be here, but this is the main guy who ended up kicking people. Oh, there's no audio here. Okay, this is CCTV footage. Their sticks were getting pulled and stuff away from their hands. Bit of a heckling situation. What's the point of showing this? I have no idea. This has been uploaded by Kolkata police themselves, so I was just trying to get through their argument. There's no meaningful footage here, lol. A gandu argument or sajate pare na. A bal chitta upload kore রেখেছে. Okay, what's this now? Okay, anyway. Now we watch what's there to work on and stuff. Go out to a random MMA gym in your local neighborhood. Bro, our ideal is Gorgo. Yes. Okay. What topics remain? Just Ganguly, Jungipur, library minister. Yes. We will check out the footage of the library minister. Yeah, that is going to be fun.
সিপিএম এর জামানায়ও
Our honorable library minister is saying, even CPIM ke zamane mein, is there translations? Yeah, check this out.
সিপিএম এর পুলিশ কিন্তু আমাদের উপর লাঠি চার্জ করে, এটা সত্য কথা।
Oh,
আমরা সুযোগই দিইনি।
translation was actually opposite. He said that even during the CPIM era, they never used batons and stuff, and also we never gave them the chance to use batons. We were so nice.
বহু সভা করেছে, তো পুলিশকে লাঠিচার্জ করতে হলে কেন আমি সেটা জানি না। যারা আন্দোলন করবেন হিংসাত্মক
Jyotiraditya Chaudhary, I won't answer you. You will have to seek this answer for people who hate Western style capitalism and market failure, okay? People who are waiting in fear, cowering under their socialist underground shithole. They are going to answer you what the fuck is a library minister.
আলোচনা আন্দোলন করলে ফেল হয়ে যাবে। হিংসাত্মক পথ যদি ধরা যায় তাহলে আন্দোলনটা ঠিক জায়গায় পৌঁছাবে না।
মানে এই ধরনের আন্দোলনের নিন্দা
না, অবশ্যই আমরা হিংসা চাই না।
Nice.
হিংসা হলে আমরা
He's very Gandhian.
আটকে যাব।
পশ্চিম বাংলাতে যা হচ্ছে সবাই বুঝতে পারছেন।
This is CPIM leader Sujan Chakraborty. Allegedly, his father-in-law used to be in Hindu Mahasabha. Some people corroborated it. Some people said, some people said that no, that's not the case.
তার বিরুদ্ধে এখন তো রাষ্ট্রপতি সই হয়ে গেছে, তার বিরুদ্ধে একটা কোনো মিছিল এবং সেইখানে পুলিশের সঙ্গে সংঘর্ষ, তাতে সিদ্দিকুল্লাহ চৌধুরীর মন্ত্রী বটে, উনি বলছেন এরকম ভাবে আমাদের আক্রান্ত হতে হতে আমরা দেখতাম যে যখন দিদিমণির নির্দেশ থাকবে।
Look at this. This is your taxes, okay? You have paid for this. You saved up. You didn't eat out a little extra. You didn't go to an extra date with your girlfriend to pay for this car, which is now in this condition.
তখন কোন একটা ধর্মের মানুষকে মাথায় তুলে নাচবে, আবার যখন রামনবমী সামনে এসে যাবে তখন দিদিমণির ইনস্ট্রাকশনে ঠিক উল্টো মনোভাব হবে। এটা তো পক্ষ বিপক্ষ এইভাবে ভাগাভাগি করে দেওয়ার তো কোনো মানে হয় না।
সিদ্দিকুল্লাহ চৌধুরীর বক্তব্য থেকে পশ্চিমবঙ্গের রাজ্য পুলিশ শিক্ষা নেই। যেদিন সিদ্দিকুল্লাহ চৌধুরী বিধানসভার চত্বরে
Nothing else to see here. Now we will go to a long conversation which I will have to go on translating because it's a hilarious conversation between two fat fuckers. One Bengali actor who is really a fearless guy these days, used to be a famous child actor, Oritra Datta Bonik, who gets a threat call from a Trinamool supporter, okay? He's also a big YouTuber, blogger and stuff, okay? Let's see if I can find this on YouTube, then I'll be able to get some translations and then I won't have to do them myself. Otherwise, I'll check it out from FB only. Nah, it's not here. So let's go to our own channel. And there I have shared the link. Do check it out, people. This is it. Yeah. This is fun stuff. Okay, let's check out the caption first. So Oritra Datta Bonik was saying, what's he saying? Rajiv Kumar, that's probably the head of police in Kolkata. He said there was some disagreement and some conflict between. I guess he was invited to some debate where he said this, that he had criticized the idea of the commissioner having some security. Someone called his mother a whore. Then in return he says, I challenged the chief minister to go out on the streets without security. At this point, our Anindu Chaudhuri guy gets very pissed off and wants to show dedication, and therefore calls up Orithro. And this is a hilarious piece of conversation between two fat fuckers who are, in the end, you won't believe this, they both challenge each other to meet up to have a physical confrontation. Anindu Chaudhuri says, you tell me the name of the place and bring your own people, I'll bring my people, and we will see what's the end of this. Okay, so two absolutely fat, round, obese Bengalis are going to have a fight. Oh my god, why isn't this why aren't we paying to see this? Why is this not on Book My Show? Make them meet up. Dana White, make this fight. Orithro versus Anindo. Both are two very physically weak people who are probably at best going to tear each other's shirts and pull each other's collars and do this and push each other around a little, and then one is going to fall down, the other is trying to going to try to throttle them and strangle them, the other is going to kick out a little like a dying cockroach. That's going to be the end of it, and we are not going to even get to watch this. What the fuck? Okay, let's hear their conversation now. Yeah, this octave, that threatening voice is Anindo Roy Chaudhuri's voice, and a little more humble, desperate voice is Orithro Dattamonik's voice. Let me show you the faces of these guys first. That will be more fun. Wait, you. Ah, oh my god. This is the guy, okay? This is the actor. And let's see, where is Anindo? These are the guys threatening each other physically. Let's listen to their conversation now.
বলুন আপনি কি বললাম? ছকবাজি কথাবার্তা না, কি বলছো বলুন না, কি ভাষা ওটা, কি ভাষা?
Yeah, now he is making the classic case that was against Ranveer Allahabadi as well, made by right wingers, that why did you use that language? What kind of language is this, bro?
আমার মাকে গতকাল
Anindo is saying, no, but you see, bad words were used against my mother.
রাজীব কুমারের সিকিউরিটি ছাড়া রাস্তায় বেরোতে আমি আমার দম দেখাবো? আমার মাকে
This is the language. How dare you use this language against Mamata Banerjee? Can you even say this? Who gave you the moral right? Orithro is saying, my mom was called a whore. And he's going on saying, how can you say this? Okay. Listen to the dynamics of this conversation. I guess both of their ears are blocked with adipose tissue, i.e. fat. So Orithro is going on saying, I said this because my mother got called a whore. Anindo is going on saying, how can you say this about Mamata Banerjee? And the reply again is, I said this because my mother was called a whore. Again the reply is, but how can you say this? Okay. Genius. Rantak overdose, brains blocked and ears blocked with fat.
তোমাকে যদি কেউ কোনো গালিগালাজ করে থাকে, অরিত্র আপনি শুনুন, আমার মাকে বেশ্যা বলা যায়? অরিত্র কথা শোনো, হিরো হওয়ার চেষ্টা করো না।
Don't try to be a hero, Orithro.
ওইভাবে হিরো হওয়া যায় না। তোমাকে কেউ গালিগালাজ করতে যদি করে থাকে, টেক নেসেসারি স্টেপস।
If someone has in fact abused you, take necessary steps. Why will you just use verbal stuff and crass stuff against Mamata Banerjee, bro? How can you do that? Orithro says, what step?
অরিত্র শোনো, এটা তোমার সাজানো রিপাবলিক বাংলা, টিভি 9 বাংলা না। আমার কোনো সাজানো দরকার নেই। সাইবার পুলিশের কাজ কি? অরিত্র শোনো, সাইবার পুলিশের কাজ কি? অরিত্র শোনো, সাইবার পুলিশের কাজ কি? আরে সাইবার ক্রাইম তুমি করো, তুমি
Now the TMC guy says, you do cyber crime. Who's stopping you?
নাও কি অ্যাকশন নেব?
Or take steps.
অ্যাকশন নেব। তাকে হুমকি দিচ্ছ, আমি নেব না, পুলিশ নেবে। মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় হুমকি দিচ্ছ কোন অধিকারে?
অ্যাকশন আমি নেব না পুলিশ নেবে?
অরিত্র মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে হুমকি দিচ্ছ
মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়
How can you give threats to Mamata Banerjee? That's the recurring theme of today's discussion.
মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় মঞ্চে দাঁড়িয়ে বলেছিলেন আদালতটা বিজেপির। কোনো
Okay. Oritro is he pointlessly making this a discussion on arguments, okay? As if this is really Plato and Aristotle debating and stuff, okay? He's saying, no, you see, Mamata Banerjee said that the judiciary belongs to BJP. How can she say that? As if Anindo Chaudhary really gives a fuck.
অধিকারে বলেছিলেন,
অরিত্র দত্তমণি
কোন
তুমি
অধিকারে
আদালতে
বলেছিলেন,
spokesperson।
কোন অধিকারে বলেছিলেন
তুমি আদালতে
আদালতটা বিজেপির?
Listen to this. When Oritro makes the point that Mamata Banerjee said that the judiciary belongs to BJP, the reply from this TMC guy is that, hey, are you the spokesperson for a judiciary? Who asked you to defend them?
কন্টেন্ট না আমি
তুমি
আমার
আদালতের
নাগরিকের
spokesperson।
স্পোকসপারসন,
অরিত্র,
আমি নাগরিকের
অরিত্র,
স্পোকসপারসন।
অরিত্র,
আমাকে চমকাবেন
অরিত্র,
ধমকাবেন না।
অরিত্র,
আদালতকে বিজেপি বলেছিলেন
Finally, Oritro says some nice stuff. He says, don't try to threaten me. Amake chamkaben na. And to which our other fat fucker goes on saying, Oritro, Oritro, Oritro. These are like post-apocalyptic dystopian world fat cyborgs. That's Bengali society today. They are on loop. एक चाबी दे के घुमा दिया गया वो Oritro, 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 Oritro ऐसे बोल रहे हैं. And that guy's going on saying, my mother was called a whore, my mother was called a whore, my mother was called a whore.
কন্টেম্প প্রসিডিং কে করেছে?
অরিত্র শোনো,
কে
তোমাকে
করেছে contempt
এখনো
proceeding?
পর্যন্ত এটা সিপিএম এর আমল নয়।
This was pretty incredible. Now the TMC guy says, you are right now, I guess he didn't say this outright, but nothing that significantly bad has happened to you only because CPIM is not in power. Otherwise you could never have gotten away with criticizing or saying crass things about the chief minister. I don't know, statistically I don't think that's correct, that TMC is better off at this than CPIM.
সিপিএম এর আমল নয় বলে
আমি কোনো সিপিএম
তুমি এত
বিজেপির
বড় বড়
মেম্বার নই,
কথাগুলো
আমার
বলতে
কোনো
পারছো।
দলের কোনো অ্যাফিলিয়েশন নেই।
তুমি মমতা
Okay, now Oritro makes a counter argument that no, you see, I don't belong to CPIM, I don't have any affiliation to any political party.
বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে এই অ্যাফিলিয়েটেড সব দলের
Anindo, the TMC guy says, hey, affiliated. Oh, affiliated. That's his tone here. Because Oritro said that I'm not affiliated to any party. He says, oh, affiliated.
অ্যাফিলিয়েশন নেই।
তুমি মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে এই অ্যাফিলিয়েটেড সব দলের দালালি খায়,
আপনি
সব
দেখেছেন
দলের
নাকি?
দালালি খায়,
আপনি দেখেছেন?
সব
আপনি
দলের
দেখেছেন?
দালালি খায়,
আপনি দেখেছেন?
সব দলের
আমার
দালালি
মাকে
খাও।
চরিত্রহীন বলবে আর আমি তাকে পুজো
অরিত্র
করব?
দত্তবণিক,
আমার মাকে
রাজীব কুমারের
চরিত্রহীন বলবে
সিকিউরিটি
আমি
ছাড়া
তাকে
মমতা
পুজো করব?
বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের রাস্তায় বেরোলে তুমি দেখে নেবে। কত বড় ক্ষমতা হয়ে গেছে তোমার,
কে বলেছে দেখে নেব?
কত
কোথায়
বড়
লেখা আছে?
ক্ষমতা হয়ে গেছে তোমার।
কোথায় লেখা?
I will see what's your capability and stuff. You have said that you will see to it what happens to Mamata Banerjee. Then Oritro says, where did I say that? I did not say that. But the hilarious part was before that, when the TMC guy went on a tirade and went on saying, like, again, a fat cyborg, that you take money from all parties. You are a dalal for every political party. Except Trinamool for some reason.
কোথায় লেখা
তুমি
আছে
তোমার
দেখে
দম
নেব?
দেখাবে।
কোথায় লেখা আছে দেখে
Tu dam dikhayega tera.
সিনেমার সেই
Challenge cinema. He was in challenge as a child actor. उसको नॉस्टैल्जिया के ट्रिप में ले जाके बोल रहा है कि भोसरी के आज तू आ ले चैलेंज मेरा ले चैलेंज ले.
সিনেমার সেই বিখ্যাত, শোনো তোমার চিরদিনই তুমি যে আমার সিনেমার সেই বিখ্যাত সিকোয়েন্সটা মনে আছে,
খুশ হয়ে যায়।
তোমার চিরদিনই তুমি যে আমার সিকোয়েন্সটা মনে আছে তো,
খুশ হয়ে গেছে।
তোমার চিরদিনই তুমি যে আমার
তোমার কি
সিকোয়েন্সটা মনে
তখন
আছে তো?
Yes, yes.
উত্তর কি ভয় পেয়ে
He's bringing up another famous legendary Bengali film in which Oritro was there as a child actor and saying that do you remember that scene and stuff.
নাই, ফুট করে শাট ডাউন করে বলো।
Shut her down. There was a scene where shops were getting closed down and stuff because of political situations, and he's saying, should I shut down your shop in the same way today?
আরে ফুট করে শাটার ডাউন করে দেবো আবার,
আর কি শাটার ডাউন
আবার
করবে?
শাটার ডাউন করে দেবো।
I bet you Oritro was laughing out of his mind inside his head.
কার্যি করে প্রমাণ
আবার
কোথায়?
শাটার ডাউন করে দেবো।
Again, Oritro thinks this is a Greek debate, and he brings up Arjikor as if this is really going to be about policy. He says, what happened in Arjikor?
বড় বড়
কার্যি
কথা
করে প্রমাণ কোথায়?
মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে
কার্যি
দেখে
করে
নেবে,
প্রমাণ কোথায়?
মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে দেখে নেবে।
Oritro is saying, where are the proofs for what happened in Arjikor? Why did 26,000 people lose jobs? And whereas this guy doesn't give a shit.
চুরি হলো কেন?
বাবা মা এই জন্য বড় বড় কথা বলে।
Interesting. Now, finally, a change of topic. He's saying that, how dare you use those words against Mamata Banerjee? What kind of upbringing did you have, bro? You know what's good upbringing? In every household in Bengal, good parents according to Anindo Chaudhary, Akayesto, just by coincidence, goes around teaching their kids that you are supposed to use polite words for Mamata Banerjee. That is the end all be all of good upbringing in Bengal, guys. Remember? And Oritro forgot that. That small point.
নির্লজ্জ ছেলে দালাল
Shameless guy who is also a dalal. Schrodinger's dalal almost.
বাবা মা এই জন্য বড় করেছে বাবা মা এই জন্য বড় করেছে বাবা মা এই জন্য বড় করেছে বাবা মা এই জন্য বড় করেছে
Again, Fat Cyborg is on loop. He's saying, is this the bringing you had? Is this the bringing you had? Finally, Oritro shows some balls. Luckily, not literally. He says, if you talk to me in this language, this is the language I'll use to respond. Okay, Fat Cyborg is still obsessed with his Oritro's parenting. Oh, now the Fat Cyborg from Trinamool is saying that this shows what kind of environment you have had in your home as well. So you see, he's a very able child psychologist, pro-Trinamool vlogger, a Fat Cyborg, and who can beat Oritro Dattabonik in a fist fight, apparently. Wow, see, this is the superpower of our Antac. So now again he's saying, has your mom really taught you this stuff to disrespect Mamata Banerjee?
তোমার মা শিখিয়েছে তোমাকে এগুলো তোমার মা শিখিয়েছে তোমার মা শিখিয়েছে
Oritro is saying, has Trinamool's mother taught Trinamool to call other people's mothers whores? Every time someone says mother, take a shot, guys. Let's get drunk in the next 10 minutes. Okay, let's start. Every time you hear the word ma, take a shot.
শিখিয়েছে তোমাকে এগুলো তোমার মা শিখিয়েছে তোমার মা শিখিয়েছে তোমার মা শিখিয়েছে তুমি বাংলার মাকে নিয়ে কথা বলেছো তুমি বাংলার মাকে নিয়ে কথা বলেছো
We have 4 ma's in this story right now, okay? Oritro's ma, Trinamool's ma for some reason, and Anindo's ma was also getting called out now. Oritro just said that, has your mother taught you these things? And then Anindo says, you disrespected West Bengal's ma. Okay, so 4 ma's here. 4 into 2, 3, because in every few seconds there are 2-3 times all these ma's are getting brought up. So take shots according to them.
তুমি বাংলার মাকে নিয়ে কথা বলেছো নিজের মাকে তুমি অপমান করেছো আরে ভাই নিজের অপমানকে তুমি অপমান করেছো আমি মমতাকে জায়গা দাও না
Okay, now Oritro again he's back to Greek debating. He says, you see, you may consider Mamata your mother, I don't.
অত গোলাবাজি চাই না
Acha, आवाज नीचे Fat Cyborg is saying. Now listen to this. He's saying, just let me know the date and time without any security, okay? Only we will be there, all the MMA enthusiasts, and Dana White will be there because they are going to, of course, go to UFC.
ক্ষমতা থাকলে তুমি দেখা করো লোকেশন তোমার টাইম তোমার
Okay, Oritro is also already backing down from the fight. He's saying, I'm not Trinamool that I'll do this Gundaism. This threat part is the best part.
ক্ষমতা থাকলে তুমি দেখা করো লোকেশন তোমার টাইম তোমার
Did he just quote Khabib Nurmagomedov? Remember Khabib said, send me location, brother. Send me location. Now Fat Cyborg high on Rantak is also saying, send me location, Oritro. Send me location. No security guard. Rajiv Kumar is the वो हमारे commissioner of Kolkata.
ক্ষমতা থাকলে তুমি দেখা করো লোকেশন তোমার টাইম তোমার একটা অনিন্দ চৌধুরীকে সামলে দেখাও মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় তারাবাদ জিএসটি বিল
Oh my fucking god. This was a nice comeback from Fat Cyborg. He says, 4 रुपए का कुछ धनिया, उसका GST bill क्या? So I will show you how to handle Oritro Dattabonik. That's what he's saying. This was nice.
চৌধুরীকে সামলে দেখাও মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়
Oh, Anindo Chaudhary. Yeah, yeah. First, show me if you can handle me. Then he says, 4 rupaye ka dhaniya, uska GST bill. You'll bring your people, you'll bring your, we will meet at your location, and then apparently we are going to have a discussion on dhaniya.
একটা অনিন্দ চৌধুরীকে সামলে দেখাও মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়
So again, the crux is that what he just repeated here, that bring your guys, mention the location, no security, and show me if you can just handle this one Anindo Chaudhary. Excuse me. And because you had the gall to disrespect Mamata Banerjee, how dare you? Therefore, 4 rupaye ka dhaniya and uska bhi GST bill.
ধনেপাতা তারাবাদ জিএসটি বিল
बालोकंदी बस स्टैंड है
Oh no, accident footage देखेंगे तो demonetize हो जाएगा channel. Holy shit. Chapri is casteist. No, Chapri can be casteist if it is given knowingly. Chapri used to be a caste, it's not anymore, so you can't really. Like in Bengali, Keoda is a famous gali. Keoda used to be a caste. I don't think it exists anymore. Maybe the people who were in Keoda lineages identify something else today. Buddhadev is saying, what opinion does he have? He has no way to defend. Does everyone need to be an MMA guy? What option does he have? He has no way to defend. Who? Aritro or Anindo? Nakuldana lover versus Batata lover. Yes, basically. Oh, wait. I have to show you this Anindo Roy Chaudhary. He is a dog lover, so I have some sympathy for him at least. Wait, let me show you his face. What the fuck is this? Oh, I did not know this. Oh, look at this, guys. A bunch of elephants were killed. Their body parts chopped off, smuggled out, because capitalism is bad. Free market is what's going to kill us, guys. Western style capitalism nahi chahiye, hamara ye dekho socialism. Sarkar ko kuch karna chahiye. This is the condition of an elephant in a socialist country. Now, yeah, let's check out Anindo Roy Chaudhary. Oh, his blogger handle is called Nirbhik, meaning fearless. Oh, he has some comments on today's protest. Nice. This is going to be fun. But let's check out his face fat and his cute dog. And of course, for virtue signaling purposes, we have Feluda in the cover pic. That's compulsory. Where's his cover pic with his dog? Affiliation. Aha. A nice Labrador in the end. Cute stuff. At least he has something to show for when he goes to heaven or hell. Let's see what he has said. We will go through it a little bit. Let's see what's the crux of his argument. See, 320 likes, all of them heart reacts and likes. Nice. So many people supporting him.
কাকে টাকা দিয়েছিল? সিবিআই বলছে পার্থ চট্টোপাধ্যায় এবং তার সঙ্গী সাথীদের। তারা কোথায়? তারা জেলে। কে গ্রেফতার করেছে? কেন্দ্রীয় তদন্তকারী সংস্থা গ্রেফতার করেছে। কে তদন্ত করছে? কেন্দ্রীয় তদন্তকারী সংস্থা তদন্ত করছে। এই 26,500 চাকরি বাতিল করেছিল কে? আমি প্রথমে ইচ্ছাধারী নাগ হয়ে আপনাকে ছবল দেবো, কিছুক্ষণ বাদে আমি নাচতে নাচতে দেখতে দেখতে একটা বিন বাজিয়ে আপনার বাড়ি গিয়ে বলবো মা আপনার বিষ লেগেছে, আমি তাহলে আমার নাক দিয়ে এই বিষটাকে টানিয়ে দিচ্ছি। আমি কে? আমার নাম অভিজিৎ গাঙ্গুলি। প্রথমে গোয়া জুলাইকে জজ সাজলো, জজ সেজে 26,500 চাকরি খেলো। তারপরে ভারতীয় জনতা পার্টির টিকিটে
Yeah, this is going to take a separate live stream to just discuss his live stream. We are not going to do that right now. Wait, there's an important question here. Shubhajyoti Moitra is asking, do you think Abhijit Ganguly was doing the right thing by talking to Brata Basu? Do you want the normie answered or do you want the Nietzschean political answer? Shubhajyoti, first clarify that. কে ওএমআর পাতা পুড়িয়েছে? অদৃষ্ট, ভাগ্য পুড়িয়েছে। Okay, Hot TV is saying the Siddiqullah library minister was a guy, was a Jamaate Ulema Hind's guy who had done brigade, who did a brigade protest against Buddhadev Agarwal, our former chief minister, because he had said that madrasas create terrorists. Interesting. And that guy now has, that guy now is our library minister. You see, library has a lot to do with education. Education has a lot to do with brigade, communism, and madrasas. You see, because all of them are educational institutions. Therefore, this guy has now become a library minister. You see, Western capitalism आ जाएगा, market failure हो जाएगा. सच बताओ, সত্যের আগুন. Nijja answer, yeah. So the Nijja answer to this is, where was the question? Yeah, Shubhajyoti Maitro. It was an absolute master stroke for Abhijit Ganguly to meet Bratta Basu, because in the end, what is the solution? The only solution that can come out of this is Trinamool goes ahead and says, these are the non-deserving ones. The very next step is the non-deserving ones say, these are the guys who took bribes from us. Then what's the next step? The people who took bribes say, these are the netas, ministers to whom we paid the cut money to. On the other hand, up until this point, what are the people saying? An honest effort from the opposition leader to not use this for election purposes, and in fact, uniting the state to do a good thing for society. What if they end up talking? Then people think, okay, even the state government, for once, at least Bratta Basu, the guy whom we had always had respect for being a great actor and stuff in theater, even on screen really. That guy is finally coming forward and sitting down with a very respected Chief Justice of High Court and solving matters for the common people. And what if Trinamool rejects this proposition? Everyone gets even more pissed off with Trinamool. It was an absolute win-win situation, a master stroke that Abhijit Ganguly did by approaching Bratta Basu. Let Singh, bro, do you want to do a podcast on a channel of heated debates on Savarkar? I can connect you if you want. They wanted me to connect you. Much needed, please. A debate on Savarkar? Then no. I'll have to read a little more. I'll complete my reading. At least Vikram Sampat's 2 books or 6 Glorious Epochs. I'll probably find out a lot about 6 Glorious Epochs on Vikram Sampat's book only. After that, I'll take it up. After that, I'll debate whoever the fuck. Discussion. Should I? What if? Yeah, whatever I know quite well. I think, yeah, I'd be up for it. Yeah, okay. Hot TV saying, Dada, CPM SFI helpline number দিচ্ছে to sir undeserving candidates with hope of giving their money back. Link video. Link তো এখানে কাজ করবে না, কোথায় পাঠাবে? How much election will be managed in 2026, in your opinion? As much as required. Oh, podcast. I thought heated debates do only debates. Then fine, yeah. Vikram Sampat's books are a must. But so far, let's say I was a fan of Savarkar up until here. After reading Barclay's book, I became a fan up until here. Abhijit Ganguly is a perfect bhadralok for right wing, yes. But does the buck stop with Mamta in the eyes of people of Bengal? For that small portion of people who actually care about 26,000 people losing government jobs, teaching jobs and stuff, not for the majority. How can I connect you to them? They speak in Hindi? Yeah, I can speak in Hindi. Ask them to contact me on my Instagram, okay? College Street, Kolkata. Avinav is saying, I have a request when others will watch video, then make a video for 5-7 minutes explaining point-wise why socialism is responsible for this mess of 26,000 job loss. That's going to take a lot of editing and preparation. Sad. Yeah, at least I think I'll cut out parts of these live streams. No, but that won't do the job what you are looking for. Let's see. I do have plans to make shorter videos. Maybe I will. What's happening in Murshidabad, Malda, Kolkata to WAQF and Bangladesh support korche? What's your views? Yeah, well, this was bound to happen, but it's going to go on happening up until 2026 elections. I read some of Savarkar's own work in Marathi. A lot of has been translated, and there is a website. Yeah, I'm reading Hindu Rashtra Darshan. That's written by Savarkar only. A.K. Brahma is saying, and the fat fuck saying, Ganguly digested jobs of 26K and now joining BJP will go. But does the buck stop? Yeah, ye to ho gaya. Podcast, not debate. Jyotiraditya. Every commie country in the world is a failed state. China is economically not so commie, thanks to Deng Xiaoping. Why commies don't learn? Excuse me. Why don't commies learn from this idea that this is purely childish? Their most prioritized argument is that real communism hasn't been tried. Remember. Secondly, all the communist countries that failed, it was because of USA's shenanigans. Then, of course, if you peel down the layers of their hot shit arguments one after the other, that why was the US able to do it? Because they are rich. Why did they get rich? Because of World War II. How did World War II happen? And you go further behind, and they have no excuses left. At that point, they won't use this second excuse of, yeah, US did that, therefore Cuba failed. But on the face of it, if you are having a 5-minute casual discussion debate or a comment section debate with a commie, they will say yes, commie countries could not succeed because of USA and real communism hasn't been tried yet. When did we ever want a normie answer? I thought the question was hinting towards norminess. Therefore, do you think AIA, MIM and Congress will be the BJP B team and C team? ISF as well. An emergency isn't enough already for the people to realize about centralized economy and big government, overreach on civil liberties. That's just it happened just on an off chance. Ash Ketchum, ऐसे तो होता रहा. एक औरत थी, प्रेशर में थी, थोड़ा गलती हो गया उन सब का करे. West Bengal CPIM is anything but communists. They are hyper castes, but we won't give them a chance anymore. He loves Mamta so much that he's calling some random guy and saying, yes. কমিগুলো কোথায় কোথায় ফ্রান্স চলে যায়. Yes. Yes, France is communist, lol. Hail Chairman Deng, only bhalo kaku. Yeah. Not just large works of Savarkar, also wrote a lot of short essay like God of Universe is God of Man. His short works tells a lot about his immediate thinking. How do people genuinely love Mamta if they are not the cut money beneficiaries? Like, I'm shocked. You are underestimating how much of the state are in fact cut money beneficiaries. Go to any official today. Houses that were just ground floor or dilapidated or were mud houses, all of them are 2-story, 3-story mansions with gardens and stuff. Okay, all of that has happened because of what commies would actually love, wealth redistribution. But illegally taken money from hardworking law-abiding citizens and given to cut money beneficiaries. So why won't they be happy with Mamta? Lots of them are happy with Mamta. Is the versatile international lady one of the mothers in that audio clip? Who's the international lady? Are you comfortable with being on heated debates though, given your face is public? I don't know. Why shouldn't I be? I don't know much about the channel. I'm guessing it's I know that they have a lot of followers and stuff, and they debate stuff. Link আছে কোথাও আপনার Instagram এর? It's not there in my description anymore, no? Just search College Street Kolkata or Indic Economics. No, Indic Consciousness, yeah. I bought this Quitchy gadget flow. Oh, how are you liking it? Hypothetically speaking, is it possible for an Indian state to declare physical war on another Indian state? No. Oh, hypothetically speaking, you mean bypassing constitution? Then yes, for a while, then Indian army will come down and beat the shit out of both states. Polymerist is saying, dude, do you know Akshar Patel from the YouTube channel, The Emissary? Great guys, you guys should talk. Yeah, some of our viewers had tagged us in some of the threads of Emissary when they were discussing caste, and they checked out our stuff, or the Emissary guy checked out our stuff and really liked it and stuff. He said that yes, that was really good research. Watch Kullan Banerjee. Oh my god, I did. That was hilarious. দাদা একটা মজার কথা জানতে পারলে কং অ্যান্ড আরজেডি এরা তো বেঙ্গালি হিন্দুদের সাথে খুব বাজে হয়, বাট আর গর্গবাবু ব্লেমস বিজেপি অন এভরিথিং অ্যান্ড টুইটস হি ইজ নট সিরিয়াস অ্যাবাউট দিস স্টাফ। International education. The thing is, people like AIM, who calls himself a liberal right wing, said the emergency was necessary in Smita's podcast. Yeah, that was one hilarious view. Kushal was there, and many other persons were there in HD. They just debate anti-Hindus on theology. Kushal Mehra was there on heated debates. When I see you won't face any consequences because you never blasphemy, of course. What will the educated commies do? Like, will they still vote for TMC after all these years? Some of them probably will. Some of them will definitely, but a large portion of people who had voted for Trinamool in 2021 to vote that no to do that no vote to BJP and lesser evil stuff, or to just to prevent Hindu fascism, a lot of those people will this time either not vote or vote nota or vote for BJP. But some of those people in that group will still vote for Trinamool. আপার কাস্ট কলকাতা তো সব সময় অ্যান্টি হিন্দু অ্যান্ড অ্যান্টি ইন্ডিয়া, ওরা তাহলে নিজেদেরকে কনভার্ট করে না কেন? বিকজ দে আর অ্যাবাভ রিলিজিয়ন, ইটস বিয়ন্ড রিলিজিয়ন, দে আর মোস্টলি এথিস্ট অ্যান্ড স্টাফ। ইফ অ্যাট অল রিলিজিয়াসিটি ইজ গুড, দেন A.R. Rahman, Zakir Hussain, Ali Akbar Khan, Ustad Ali Akbar Khan, they were Muslims, therefore Islam is good. Hinduism is good because Ramakrishna Mission is so nice. So that kind of religion is of course good for them, and nothing other than that exists or should exist. So they won't convert. Educated commies don't vote. See the Bhadlok says. No, their population is so low, therefore. Poila Boishakhe Rantak Pakho, Bengali capitalists of previous generation, their banner near, yes. AIM's father was a Babu, even his mother is, I think both sides he is from a bureaucrat family. Yes, Kushal Mehra was there, Dr. Omen Ratnu was there. Do you know Omen Ratnu? Yes, I know. Oh, when did Kushal go to? Hito debates, nice. Convert korle Brahmin societal privilege pabe na. Even then, some Brahmins do convert because the payment is just that high. It's just that lucrative. Can I ask a real question? For us libertarians, is BJP the first step to libertarianism but not the objective? Yes. Like 18-21-year-olds will vote for CPIM no matter what the age group above that will do, like 22, 27 and 27, 30. 27 to 30 plus, a lot of those votes are going to BJP. Some will nota, some will not vote. 22, 27, more Trinamool and less BJP, just to prevent fascism, of course. Some of them are, in fact, no, almost none of them are Trinamool supporters, really. Will Europe fail due to third world and Muslim immigration? Probably not. They'll just do a partition. I have used it. It's good, but we have to carry it everywhere. The Quichi. What is it with Rantak? It's a hilarious. It's supposed to be funny play on the unhealthy lifestyles and indulgences of Bengalis, which they do pretty proudly, in fact, that Roshe Koshe Bangali, Lat Kheteo Lat Lage Bangali, okay, and then have Rantak all day and then give protein and nutrition knowledge to vegans when vegans protest in front of Park Street KFC. Why cops cower dealing with WAQF but thrash Hindu middle class teachers? What are your thoughts? Because of first, though, electoral compulsions, and that a lot of cops will lose their jobs, and secondly, if they pick a fight with those WAQF protesters, they will probably die then and there, because none of those WAQF protesters are waiting to revive any of their Arabic martial arts. They know how to beat people up right now, whereas Hindu middle class teachers are overdosed on Rantak, and even their right wing compatriots are waiting to revive martial arts. You are in a leftist dominant sector of music. What if they boycott you? Well, I have said and done enough where they will boycott me probably anyway. So I'm Rajesh Nandi live reaction today. So I'm kind of winging it right now. What do you think of Pinaki Bhattacharya? Yeah, highly annoying. I think he is greedy man praising Islamists for more popularity and power. Yes, I don't think he has converted. It just makes Hindus feel a little more comfy if they say that no, Pinaki has actually converted, therefore he's saying these things. Why the fuck does that make things better? He's a rich Brahmin from Bangladesh. Why does his conversion make anything better? It in fact just makes sense that he's doing it for money. Vegan Rata Boomer Kaul Belt Hindutva uncle their best friend Hojit. No, I got called RSS Kadalla when I was a far left commie because I turned vegan by other meat eating vegans. Dada, do you know any martial art or self-defense stuff that you learned for yourself? I won't answer that question. Because no one must ever know what are your capabilities. From where do you get courage to say things openly? Probably naivety, stupidity. Who is paying him though? Who is paying who? Who were we talking about? Pinaki Bhattacharya. Well, all the Qatari, all the Islamist funding and stuff. That thing, those things. Meat eating vegans. No, I meant meat eating commies. Lol. Meat eating commies called me RSS Kadalla. Dada, CR Park fish market banner case taki. Later on, I saw that some people went there and made a different video and said, and the Bengalis there were saying it's a fake video. No one actually did that. They were apparently brought there or sent there by international lady to create a ruckus because there might be an attention on her because of Kullan Banerjee saying giving insane allegations against international lady. SSK Pinaki's wife is Islamist, Janat girl, but wears bikinis in France. What kind of Islamist is that? Meat eating vegans. No, I misspoke. I meant meat eating commies. Plus, Pinaki was a leftist leader, commie. Yes, he will of course hate India, especially Hindutva fascist India. Okay, let's end this live stream right now. Coming back at 12 to discuss Beer Biceps comeback with Rajesh Nandi. Thank you guys. Good night.
যদি সবাই ফিরে যায় ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায় যদি গহন পথে যাওয়ার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায় তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না তবে একলা চলো রে যদি আলো না ধরে ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে যদি ঝড় বাদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে তবে বজ্রানলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা জলরে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা জলরে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো